Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 114 of the Social Liability Podcast, the podcast where we discuss those folks in our lives that violate the social contracts that we all agree to live by. I am your host, the Raspberries, with my co-host, the BluduckGolduck, filling in for the Buck. Yes, Duck, I know you have something to say. Go ahead.
Yeah. What's my name?
Your name is Duck.
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 Duck. I'm not a dumb deer, and I'm not in a wheelchair. Watch.
Oh.
Don't ever call.
Oh
Don't ever call me Buck again.
Wow.
Don't ever call me Buck again.
Wow.
That's like the meanest thing you could say.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. It's all love.
They actually do like each other, folks. I swear to God.
I've actually told him about jokes I was gonna say to him, but held back because, I don't know him as well as Raz and Sadar, so I don't want to insult him. And he's like, "Dude, it would have been so funny if you said that to me." So.
Yes, so I was checking the audio for the last recording, and I noticed several times I called him Buck instead of Duck. And in fairness, three of the four letters are the same.
Muscle memory.
Muscle.
It's okay.
It really is.
I'm
I'm so used to, like, when I spout out that intro, I almost said my co-host, the Buck Rundle. I'm like, no, it's the BluduckGolduck. Well, Duck, we're gonna go right into a story from Sky News, and you're gonna like this one, I think. Granddaughter charged with murder after pet duck leads police to body of missing woman. A woman has been charged with murder after a pet duck helped the U.S. police crack the case of a missing grandmother in North Carolina. Nellie Sullivan, who would have been aged 93 if she was still alive, disappeared sometime in 2020. Investigators have been searching for Miss Sullivan ever since without a trace. But a breakthrough in the case came earlier this month on the 14th of April when a pet duck ran under a trailer in Candler, North Carolina, which led its owners to discover a container holding the grandmother's body. The county sheriff's office confirmed the reports to Sky News affiliate NBC News. Miss Sullivan's granddaughter, Angela Wamsley, 46, and grandson-in-law, Mark Allen Barnes, 50, have been charged with first-degree murder over the death. Police say they do not have a definitive date when Miss Sullivan was killed, but believe she's been dead for some time. So, good duck.
So whose trailer? Was it under the grandchildren's trailer?
It doesn't say exactly. It just says the duck went under a trailer. Somebody went under the trailer to get the duck, and they found a container of some kind with grandma's body in it. When a lot of times we don't read these stories in advance. We just get the headlines, and then we just make sure that they're long enough to actually have some substance to them. I was really, really hoping that this duck was like, no, follow me this way. I have something to show you.
I found it. I'm the world's greatest detective.
I have found the body. I have led you to it. It was not easy, I might add. I demand bread. Where is the bread? Just kidding, folks. Don't give ducks bread.
No, that's not good for them.
You should know.
That's right.
So, I mean, it's sad anytime that someone is killed, and the only reason we're ever hearing about this is because there's a little quirky story to it. Enough so that it's actually being reported in the UK. That's what the Sky News is coming out of the UK. Just because a duck happened to lead someone to the body because they were chasing a duck, they found the body. It's not nearly as sensational as I was hoped. We discussed, when I read the headlines to you prior to recording, you wish you had a detective's hat so you could play Perry the Platypus over here, but anytime that we have situations where someone dies, I can never come less than a 5. So I'm going to go ahead and give this story a 5.
For murdering the grandma, or
yeah.
Well, what's the duck get?
Probably bread, if I had to guess.
So now I'm picturing a sitcom, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine style, but the main character is a duck that solves murders and only murders.
I don't want the duck to ever talk, though. I want a real live duck, and I don't want it to. I don't want it to have a voice.
Everyone just.
The duck. They just. Well, that's the duck, the duck does its thing, we just kind of follow the duck,
The duck doesn't lie.
Yeah, and they're like, well, somebody goes over and tries to meet the duck, and they're like, well, hi, Mr. Duck, and they're like, The duck doesn't talk. It's a duck.
What, are you stupid?
Are you stupid?
He can't talk.
All right, Duck. I guess I'm planning on being in your neck of the woods in a couple months. Maybe we need to film a pilot.
Yeah, let's do it.
Secure some funding, and we're gonna film a pilot. Oh, jeez. Let's move on to our next story. This next one comes from Salon.com. Florida family charged with beating man who they believe turned their son gay. On August 6, 2021, a family in Palmetto Beach, Florida, savagely attacked a young man, leaving him lying in a pool of blood for 13 hours. He is now permanently blind, a newly released arrest warrant details. Ina Makarenko. Macarena? I don't know. Yevhan, same last name, 43, discovered their 21-year-old son, Ola, O-L-E-H, was in a relationship with the victim and believed the victim turned him gay. Their 31-year-old's name is hidden due to Marsy's Law. The two dated for 9 months. Ola possessed a key to the victim's apartment and often spent the night there. At the end of July of 2021, Ola told the victim his parents discovered he was gay. His father treated Ola poorly and did not accept him. His mother was, quote, forcing him to marry a woman, end quote. Around 1 a.m. on August 6th, the family chased the victim inside his apartment as Ola and Anna watched. Yevhan, I can't pronounce these names, and his other son beat the victim and struck him in the face with an unknown object. The victim fell to the floor and pretended to be dead in an attempt to end the attack. 14 hours later, a sheriff's deputy found him lying in a pool of blood, the door left open. The victim is now permanently blind. He suffered a concussion, brain swelling, severe bruising, and multiple fractures to his face and jaw. He endured 4 surgeries and will receive 2 more. His medical expenses amount over $100,000. 6 months after the attack, as he began to recover the memory of the event, the victim visited the Broward County Sheriff's Office to press charges. All 4 family members face charges of attempted murder, battery, and kidnapping. Yevhan, Anna, and Ola face additional hate crime charges, meaning they may face life in prison for each count. The family is currently in Broward County Jail. The father was extradited from Alabama. The family's attorney, Michael Glasser, spoke to CBS Miami about the charges. It's an empathetic denial that they injured this individual. That they would ever endeavor to injure this individual, and more specifically, would not even think of injuring the individual based on his sexual orientation. The family supporters started an online petition attesting the family's innocence and raising money for their defense. Ola's female fiancée, Christina Herman, denies that Ola is gay and empathizes with the family's innocence. I don't believe it at all. I have proof. I wear a ring, which is an engagement ring, one kind of a marriage ring. I know Alex has this ring in jail. This is proof to me. I know we are in a relationship.
So she's wearing the ring, the engagement ring, the ring meant specifically for engagement, that ring?
That ring. That's the one.
Okay.
Yet investigators on the case emphasize the link between the victim's sexuality and the brutal assault. This crime was senseless and unprovoked attack done onto a homosexual man just due to the mere fact that he was homosexual. Broward County Sheriff's Detective Connor Ryan wrote, Ina, whatever her last name is, faces a bond hearing on April 25th. Okay.
This is a tragic story.
It really is. But the whole, like, oh, no, we didn't do this. We would never do such a thing. And then the proof is that he's engaged to a woman now. That should be proof right there, Buck. That should be proof right there.
He forced him to marry her.
He obviously loves the pussy. He obviously loves the pussy.
I didn't know we could talk like that on this podcast.
I give it the explicit tag. We're good. But I mean, this comes to this is the second episode you've taped with me, filling in for Buck. And I asked you in the last episode, do you really give a shit about what other people, what genitals other people like to put in their mouth?
No,
I really don't.
it doesn't bother me. I want everybody to be who they are and express who they are, regardless. I really don't care.
But what if your son was gay?
Then I'd love my son. I don't have a son. I should put that out there. But I'd love my son for whoever they are, and I want them to be happy and not have to run from whatever society says they have to be.
I don't understand. I just don't understand, and I really don't. Buck, I am.
What?
Oh, I called him Buck again. He's Duck. So,
Quack.
Quack. So, Duck, I am barreling down on 40 at this point. I can see it. It's on the horizon. It's there. I can see it.
Yeah. The audience can see it too.
Fuck you. So I have grown up now in this time, where everyone was like, the biggest insult you could call somebody when we were kids was call them a fag. That was like the biggest insult you could call somebody. And even back then, I'm like, who cares? I mean, really, does it hurt me in any way?
No.
Does the fact that, oh, my neighbors are gay, I guess that means that the gay might leak through the wall and, make me all of a sudden go, I'd like some cock.
Well, it might turn your kids gay. We got to watch out for your kids.
You got to think of the children.
Yeah.
You got to think of the children, Duck. You got to think of the children. I don't get it. Oh my God, my son's gay. What am I ever going to do? I better go beat up his freaking lover and kill him. And then, that'll straighten him out.
No, I hope that family gets sued for every cent they have, and that guy never has to worry about money.
No, I want them to get life in prison if they actually did it. I don't like hate crime bills. I don't. If you try to kill somebody, it's obviously because you hated them. So
that's true.
But in this particular instance, when you and your whole family go to the guy's house, chase him down, and try to just beat him to death. Not even just like shoot him and kill him. No, you try to beat him to death. There's a lot more intimacy to that than there is to shooting somebody. So, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I have a really hard time trying to find like any kind of like mental reasoning behind how you could give any kind of forgiveness for this or any kind of understanding, I guess is the right terminology. No, fuck them. Giving them a 5 all day long.
Definitely.